everybody. I hope you're all doing great out there. Coming to you live from Los Angeles, and I'm bringing another video to you guys um, regarding the MMA world. And if you guys saw that fight yesterday morning, wow, that was one big, great, competitive skill on the ground that Michael Chiesa showcased. Because just the way he was able to keep Neil Magny on the ground was just absolutely spectacular. Guys, I actually specifically called it and I said that, hey, if these two were to match up, I would believe that Michael Chiesa would have the upper hand simply because Chiesa had already lost four times, by submission, and obviously, he just didn't have an answer whenever Chiesa took him to the ground, besides trying to get back up or, spinning him around. But obviously, on the ground, Chiesa proved, by a far great amount that he was the better grappler, wrestler, and person with the better ground game. So, yeah, Michael Chiesa, definitely showcased what his strengths are, and the strengths are pretty much grappling and taking people to the ground and trying to go for the submission. Um, and yeah, I mean that's exactly what I thought was gonna happen. If you guys actually go ahead and look at my last video that I made, in terms of my thoughts and opinions as to who was gonna win this fight between Chiesa and Neil Magny, I said that Neil Magny is the type of guy that's gonna come forward, but Chiesa is the type of guy that's also gonna come. He's gonna stick on you like glue. He's gonna grab you. He's gonna get in that inner circle of yours and grab you and hold you and try to take you to the ground. And that's exactly what he did. That is exactly what Michael Chiesa did Wednesday morning. Depending where you are in the world, right? But I'm obviously in the West, so California for us was at like 9 in the morning. 9 a.m. Was the start time of the main event. But yeah, I mean that was a crazy fight. And then there was like this really big and spectacular knockout that we saw as well, and that was a crazy knockout. I mean, the dude got up thinking he was still in the fight, and the person that showcased that was. Oh yes, it was Ike Villanueva. So yeah, good old Ike. From Texas. He said that he was just coming out to fight, and yeah, he's put on a spectacular knockout. With a big right, knocking out Moreira. But I mean, for the most part, yeah, the big big names, on this fight event was Michael Chiesa, Neil Magny, and there were a couple other fighters like Khabib's cousin or something, or his brother, whatever his face was, and he got the win as well, and he's still undefeated. So, yeah, Umar Nurmagomedov. So these guys are all these Nurmagomedovs. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Chiesa definitely put on a good fight though. Wednesday, so he's doing good in that division, the welterweight division. So that's certainly the division he found for himself, because what he's on a four-fight win streak with that one. I believe he's on a four-fight win streak, but yeah, Chiesa's doing really good right now. Neil Magny was doing pretty good too. I mean, he didn't have many losses under his belt, and he's a really good fighter, and he's one of those guys that have actually excelled as every opponent he's fought. So yeah, I mean, I thought this fight was gonna go as exactly as it did. I said that Chiesa is gonna come, he with his grappling abilities, and he's gonna try to get a hold of Neil Magny and take him to the ground. But I mean, yeah, it was a crazy fight. All those switch ups on the ground were just really really fun to always just watch and keep up with. So yeah. But hey, how are you, Maher? Should you bet on McGregor or Poirier? Let me tell you something. Speaking of betting, I actually had money on that fight, so I put up around $120 on the Michael Chiesa fight, and think I won like 145 because he was like plus 120. But let me see. You're saying should you bet on McGregor or Poirier? Here's what I'll say. Don't choose any. If you're gonna choose a fighter, don't choose like when I bet. I don't go like, okay, he's gonna win in this round or he's gonna win in this round by this way, because those are usually hard to get. Every time you bet like that, the likelihood of you, getting a bet like that wrong is very high. But um, yeah, I mean, these two guys, but this fight can go either way. This fight can honestly go either way. I mean, Dustin's been in wars, ever since the last time he fought Connor, and that Dan Hooker fight thing had Poirier had was just crazy. That was a war. I say Connor too. I would lean a little bit towards Connor as well. I feel like he's more of the rested fighter. He had that big event with Mayweather, so that a big event with Mayweather um put him put him in the test with the stress level. So he's not really he's not really getting any anxiety from this, stuff like this. But yeah, I would say Connor wins. But I say, let me say something. You're saying he hasn't been very active. I say that it's actually a good thing because the dude knows how to fight. And yeah, I know that. For some reason, I'm gonna be very honest with you. That cowboy fight looked very the cowboy fight looked fixed, even though it probably wasn't. Just because of the way I guess Connor beat him. I don't know if you got that impression too, that it was like a fixed fight, but it wasn't. It wasn't a fixed fight, but it just the way he beat Cowboy just really seemed that way. But yeah, look, if I had to choose, I still don't know if I'm gonna bet on this fight, but between Connor and Dustin, I'm just gonna have to go with Connor on this one. Only because I just feel like he's the better striker. Dustin's known for his boxing, but for the most part, I think Connor can do a much better job in terms of putting Dustin away. So um, that's just my take on it. But yeah, between these two guys, I'm gonna do a whole other video as to who I think is gonna win between these guys. But I still haven't decided whether or not I'm gonna go ahead and place a bet. But I'll let you guys know in a couple days. Yeah, I think Khabib will definitely come back. I think I mean he's in Abu Dhabi. I mean he was looking at his he was looking after Umar Nurmagomedov that fought yesterday. So yeah, um, I think he'll come back for one more. I think the pay will have to be really good. But obviously that conversation Dana had with Khabib, kind of placed us exactly where we started the first time. So, yeah. Yeah, I know. I mean, that's what they say, But we'll have to wait and see eventually. I mean, we're not really gonna know like this. As much as we speculate, we're not gonna get a yes or no answer from ourselves, and only Khabib knows the answer to that. So, um, I mean, between Connor and Dustin, though, I mean, the more I just think about it, I mean, if this fight is gonna stay standing, I think Connor's gonna win. I really, really think Connor's gonna win this fight if it is to stay standing. But yeah, you know what the thing is. Also, when the betting odds aren't really that good, I also don't bet. So I don't think the odds are really good right now. Let me just quickly check it out. But I think it was like what, like minus 300 or something. I'm gonna find out right now. Give me a quick second. It could go to distance, but I mean, uh, if this fight was to finish, I'd say it would end in 3 or 4. Honestly, if this fight is to stay standing, these guys aren't gonna go the full 5 rounds. because I just don't think, for example, for one, Dustin Poirier can put on a 5 round war like that he did against Dan Hooker. But Connor might be able to do 5 rounds only because he's been a little bit more rested. That's why. Um, but let me see. Where's the? Um, okay, here we go. It's -325 and +250. I mean, those are pretty bad odds if you want to bet for Connor to win. I mean, 325 just to win $100. I mean, that's pretty risky if you ask me. Um, because think about it, this fight is gonna stay standing on the ground for the most of the time. I mean, yeah, it's gonna stay standing. So I mean, when you think about that, I mean, -325, because one lucky punch can honestly put Connor to sleep. Khabib almost knocked Connor out. With that one punch that he threw. If you actually, recall, but I mean, this fight can. I mean, again, this fight can go either way. Connor beat Dustin very easily the first time, but I don't think Dustin is the same fighter. But then again, I feel like Dustin is. I feel like he's. I feel like he's tired. I feel like he's tired right now. I think a 6 month break would do him well. I mean, how many times did he fight last year? Let me see. Uh, I mean, Dustin can win. I would say I like McGregor winning this fight, but I mean, by the way, um, so yeah, it's really hard to decide. I mean, Connor's won a lot of fights. Dustin's won a lot of fights. They're both really good. Let me see here. Um, Dustin fought. No, Dustin fought once too in 2020. Um, I mean, it could go either way, honestly. I mean, again, I would favor Connor winning. I feel like he's the better person on the feet, and I don't even want to talk about the ground game because um I mean they're both stand up guys. And then I mean Dustin has 7 wins by submission. But I think they're gonna keep this fight to the feet. Um, but yeah, I don't. The thing is, the betting odds aren't really good. I mean, -325 just to win $100. I mean, that's not really worth it for me. Um, See, like the Michael Chiesa one was +120 for me, and I only placed $120, and I won like 145. I mean, it's not a lot of money, but I mean, it's something. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do a full blown review and like a thoughts and predictions video as to who I think is gonna win between these two, because I was always gonna do one prior to the fight. I just haven't yet, but um, yeah, I got Connor winning. Yeah, betting is something I got into like the last 2 years. I mean, the thing is, as a fan, every time you come in, you're gonna always watch as a fan. I mean, who's gonna bet if you don't know the fighters, unless you're really dumb? I mean, I would never bet on boxing. I don't know boxing at all as a sport. And yeah, Max Holloway was definitely really really good last Saturday. That was definitely classic Max. I mean, a no look punch while talking to the commentators. I mean, that's definitely classic Max. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see who Max is gonna fight next. I think he's gonna get the belt though. I mean, like Dana White said, I mean, how can you discount the fact that he doesn't deserve one? When he puts his like hands up and he's in the guy's face, and he's in like the middle of a war. That's how Max is in the game. So Very happy to see him back like that. Last Saturday, but yeah, Michael Chiesa put on a show yesterday morning. That was crazy. And then at the same time, this upcoming Saturday, we got the big fight, McGregor and Poirier. I lean a little bit towards Conor winning just because I think he's the better overall stand-up fighter. Um, but I mean, I would not be surprised if Poirier gets it done against McGregor. Um, because okay, when we look at it, Poirier has 12 wins by knockout, 12 by 7 by decision, and 7 by submission. Conor McGregor, on the other hand, let me see really quickly. Let's see, I'm trying to get this pulled up. Conor, on the other hand, has um 19 wins by knockout. Holy smoke! See, 19 wins by knockout, 1 win by submission, and 2 wins by decision. So Connor's got 19 wins by knockout. He's got 26 fights in total. He won 19 of them by knockout and another 3 by another way. So you're asking, if this fight is gonna go to decision. Um, who knows? I don't think this can go to decision. I don't think Dustin Poirier is gonna be able to survive what Conor McGregor is gonna bring. Um, you know. So I don't think it's gonna go to decision, but it can. And I just want to add that if it were to go to decision, I don't see Dustin Poirier being the victor of it. There's no way those UFC judges are gonna, destroy the Conor McGregor name because Conor is probably making more money for those judges right now that are sitting there. Everybody's making more money because of Conor, so that's another thing to consider too. There's a lot of big names placing money on Conor. So if it were to go to decision, I think regardless, even if it were to be a close fight, I think the judges are going to lean just towards Conor winning. Um, because yeah, there's a lot of people placing money on Conor, and if those people were to lose their money, they may not want to watch UFC again. So that's something the UFC does consider whenever they make these betting odds. So yeah, I mean Dustin's got a chance, man, but I think Connor's gonna win. I just don't like that -325, man. If it was like -225, I would probably put up like 200 on it, or 300 on it. But -325 is just way too much. Just to win $100, man. That's ridiculous, honestly, if you ask me. But yeah, I got Connor winning. And then Dustin Poirier's lost. Dustin has lost 2 by knockout and 2 by decision. He's won most of his decision. Connor has lost none by decision and has won 19 by knockout, and he's never been knocked out. He's just lost 4 times by submission. And yeah, Connor's just lost by decision, so he's never been knocked out. Never lost by decision. He's only lost by submission. Submission. So when you look at the stats, Connor wins it easy. Yeah, Connor wins it easy on paper. And believe me, a lot of the times when you do the paper to paper comparison, it matches up pretty well if you want to place a fight. Because if you're gonna do eeny meeny miny mo, it's just a 50-50% chance, and then you get the details, and that's how you can better your chance as to who's gonna win the fight. But it's just that the betting odds are just so bad. I mean, if you think Poirier is gonna win, the betting odds are really good because he's what +225 or something. Um, yeah, the odds are bad. And whenever I bet, I don't bet like super specifically. I just bet who's gonna win. I don't do like he's gonna win by this round, by this way, because that's just so hard to get. But realistically speaking, um, it's really hard to get it like that. But this thing can go either way, honestly. I feel like if it were to end by knockout, I think Connor gets it done by three. In three, I say Connor gets it done in three. But yeah, who do you got? You got Connor winning, or cause I got Connor winning. I mean, yeah, Dustin is good. Um, but yeah, I'm just gonna be messed up drinking and watching this fight. I'm just gonna enjoy it honestly for the most part. Your brother put two. How much did he did? He put on Poirier winning. Cause I would have put it on McGregor. If, I mean, money for me comes first, but yeah, like you said, the odds are really bad. It's terrible. So yeah. Um, yeah, that can work too. I mean, this fight can go either way. Like like I'm saying. But yeah, just watch the fight, man. I'll do another video. And in depth, I think I'm gonna do like if I can see a clear winner in my mind, I'll probably go ahead and place a bet. But right now I say Connor. I say Connor's winning, but it's like just the betting odds. I mean, you can easily lose $300 for a measly 100. So that's kind of the thing with me. But yeah, I mean, that's all I got for now. Appreciate you sticking with me on this one, Maher. We'll definitely wait and see what happens. But yeah, Saturday is gonna be crazy. There's a bunch of other crazy fights too that are gonna be on that card. But you know, oh yeah, and we finally get to see Michael Chandler showcasing his skills. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna take off for now. Drop some comments, guys. Like the video, subscribe. Again, Maher, my friend, I appreciate you sticking with me on this one, and we'll see what happens. Saturday. But up until then, I'll definitely do another live stream, and I'm gonna do another one regarding cryptocurrency and what's taking place right now. Cause let's see, just to get the quick Bitcoin price in really quickly. It's at 30,800. So 30,800. Bitcoin is tanking, guys. It is heading towards the high 20,000s. So I'm gonna do another video probably tonight as well regarding that as too. So up until then, guys, peace. I'll catch you guys later. And yeah, I actually want to get into stocks because I'm the crypto guy. And yeah, look, long term Bitcoin is going to $1 million. I'm one of those guys, but that's all a whole big other and different discussion. So I'll catch all of you guys later on. Peace, guys. Have a good one.